On November 11th, we headed off to Delphi, but first we had to say hello to our guests at the dorms. Then we took the 2.5 to 3 hour drive up to Mount Parnassus, which is where Delphi is. Did stop halfway through though to get some bathroom breaks and coffee. And then we headed back on the road. We had to go through Arachova first, and then we got to Temple of Apollo. There were stray cats everywhere. So there's a lot of clips of them here. It's incredible to see how much of this is still standing. Like, the Temple of Apollo is between, on the actual intersection of two fault lines, so it has a lot of big seismic activity. The fact that it's still standing is incredible. Right here is some inscriptions on what some of the offerings were. Mostly stuff about sculptures, but it's still mostly legible, so that's incredible that it's weathered and still stayed. The Temple of Apollo is also on the side of Mount Parnassus, so it has a beautiful view over the nearby valley. It's incredible. Beautiful. Nature is everywhere. It's just gorgeous. This right here is the side of the vault to the Athenians for them to put their offerings in. You see the face of it in a little bit, but it's also incredible that it's either been recreated or fixed enough that it looks as good as it does. And then this is some inscriptions off of freed slaves saying that their contract is over. And then we did go up and see the amphitheater, which is where they had some competitive music competitions and some theaters, plays and such. And then there was a path to go up and see more of the upper part of the amphitheater, but they had that closed due to the weather, just in case, so there wouldn't be any like rock slides or anything that could harm people. Headed back down, saw some more little cats and everywhere, and then it's just incredible that it's still standing and it's still in such good shape. And especially with it being on the fall lines, it's just incredible. Beautiful. And I saw cats everywhere. This one decided to climb a bit. Got to walk around a bit more of the temple, and also got some personal photos too. Again, writing on a bunch of the stones is still there. It's still mostly legible, which is incredible, especially when you think of how everything's been rained on and there's been seismic activity. It's incredible. We did see a snail crawling around, and then again, a lot more views of the ruins around the temple. It's just incredible that it's still here and that it was excavated enough to be in decent shape. Headed off to lunch then, which is delicious, and then we got to spend time in Arachova where we had free time. So me and some others went up towards the top of the hill where St. George's either cathedral or church was, which is like 200 some steps up, which is awful on our legs, but the view was gorgeous, and the church was also just wonderful to look at. We weren't able to go inside, or at least they didn't have a sign saying we could go inside unless it was like a service or something. So we just walked around it, but it was beautiful to look at. Very calm up there, but there was really heavy winds, so we try not to lose our hats. Walked back down the hill. We did see a beautiful golden retriever just hanging out on someone's back deck. Then we got down to the main road and we took in the view. And then we realized that we were starting to get a little bit cold because it was in like the upper 50s, lower 60s Fahrenheit with some heavy winds. So we got some hot chocolate at a nearby cafe, which was delicious and not burning hot. Then we headed back towards the buses so that we could head back to Athens. And I can't wait to go back, possibly in the future.